Why do some people completely transform their lives while others keep talking about change and stay exactly the same? Think about the people you admire most. The disciplined ones, the focused ones, the people who walk into a room with quiet confidence and strong presence. Most of them didn't become powerful by talking about success every day. They became powerful because while everyone else was seeking attention, they were silently building themselves. And that's the problem with most people today. They talk too much and build too little. They announce every goal before they've earned it. They post motivation instead of living it. They tell everyone they're going to change, but deep down, they're more addicted to validation than transformation. And the dangerous part is this: talking about success tricks your brain into feeling accomplished before you've actually done anything. Every time you announce your plans, seek approval, or try to impress people with words, your mind gets temporary satisfaction, and slowly, your hunger to work disappears. That's why so many people stay stuck. Same habits, same mindset, same excuses. Meanwhile, somewhere out there, another person is moving in silence. No announcements, no need for attention, no fake image online, just discipline, just focus, just painful consistency every single day. And one day, that person comes back completely different, stronger, sharper, more confident, more respected. And suddenly everyone asks, how did you change so much? But nobody saw the lonely mornings, the sacrifices, the self-control, the discipline, and the silent battles that created that transformation. Because real growth is invisible at first. And the truth is, most people will never become powerful because they care more about looking successful than becoming successful. But in this video, you're going to learn why focusing more on changing yourself than talking about yourself can completely transform your life. You'll understand why silence creates power, why action builds confidence, and why disciplined people often move quietly while distracted people constantly seek attention. So if you're serious about becoming mentally stronger, emotionally disciplined, and impossible to ignore, hit like right now. Subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end, because one mindset shift today could completely change your life faster than you think. The first reason you need to focus more on changing yourself than talking about yourself is because words are cheap now. Everybody talks. Everybody says they're going to become successful, disciplined, rich, confident, focused, dangerous. But very few people actually live like it. And deep down, everyone knows the difference between someone who talks with emotion and someone who moves with discipline. That's why loud people often get ignored after a while, because eventually, reality exposes everyone. You can only talk about becoming stronger for so long before people notice you're still the same person. Same habits, same excuses, same weak mindset. And honestly, this is one of the biggest traps social media created. People became addicted to looking productive instead of actually being productive. Posting gym quotes feels easier than training hard. Talking about discipline feels easier than waking up early. Announcing goals feels easier than suffering quietly to achieve them. And the dangerous part is your brain starts confusing attention with progress. Every time people praise your plans, your mind gets rewarded before the work is even done. That little dopamine hit makes you feel accomplished, without accomplishing anything. That's why so many people lose motivation after announcing their goals. They already received the emotional reward before earning the real result. But disciplined people understand something different. They stay quiet in the beginning because they know results speak louder than promises. They don't need everyone watching every step. They don't need applause for every small improvement. While other people are talking, they're building. While other people are seeking attention, they're developing skills. While other people are explaining their future, they're creating it. And over time, that difference becomes impossible to ignore. Because silence creates mystery, action creates proof, and proof always beats talk. Think about the people you truly respect in life. Most of them probably aren't loud all the time. They don't constantly try to convince everyone how strong, smart, or successful they are. Their energy speaks before their words do. You can feel their discipline just by how they carry themselves. That kind of presence cannot be faked. It's built through consistency, struggle, sacrifice, and self-control. And that's exactly what most people avoid. They want the image of transformation, without the discomfort required to transform. But real growth is uncomfortable. Real growth means doing the work even when nobody cares yet. It means staying focused while your friends waste time. It means improving quietly while nobody notices your effort. And honestly, this is where most people quit, because when there's no attention, no validation, and no immediate results, weak people lose interest. But strong people, that's where they separate themselves from everyone else. Strong people understand that the beginning of transformation is supposed to feel lonely. That's the part nobody talks about. Everyone loves the idea of success, confidence, and respect. But very few people are willing to go through the isolation that creates those things. Because when you truly start changing yourself, your lifestyle changes, your mindset changes, your priorities change, and suddenly, you don't relate to the same distractions anymore. While other people spend hours gossiping, scrolling, and chasing attention, you start focusing on your habits, your health, your discipline, your future. And at first, people may not understand you. Some might even laugh at your consistency. They'll call you too serious. They'll say you've changed. But that's exactly the point. You are changing. Most people secretly become uncomfortable when they see someone improving because your discipline reminds them of their own lack of discipline. Your focus reminds them how distracted they are. Your self-control reminds them how easily they give in to comfort. And instead of improving themselves, many people try to pull you back down to their level. That's why you have to stop announcing every move. Stop explaining your vision to people who don't even understand their own life yet. Because the more you talk, the more energy you waste trying to convince others instead of building yourself. And honestly, one of the most powerful feelings in life is when people underestimate you while you quietly improve behind the scenes. There's something dangerous about silent progress. Nobody sees it coming. Day after day, while the world thinks you're standing still, you're slowly rebuilding your mind, your habits, your confidence, your body, your future. And then one day, the results become impossible to hide. That's when people suddenly start saying things like, "How did you become so disciplined? How did you change so much? How are you suddenly so focused?" But what they don't understand is that transformation was happening long before anyone noticed it. Because real growth happens in private first. The gym sessions nobody saw, the mornings you forced yourself out of bed, the nights you stayed focused while everyone else wasted time, the moments you controlled your emotions instead of reacting, the distractions you sacrificed. That's where your new identity is built. Not in public, not in speeches, not in posts, in silence. And this is why focusing on changing yourself is so much more powerful than talking about yourself. Talking creates an image, but action creates a person. One disappears quickly, the other changes your entire life. And here's something most people don't realize until it's too late. The more you talk about your goals, the more pressure you create to look successful instead of becoming successful. Suddenly, you're no longer focused on growth. You're focused on maintaining an image. You want people to think you're disciplined, productive, improving. But deep down, you know you're still avoiding the real work. And that destroys confidence. Because fake confidence is exhausting. Pretending is exhausting. Trying to look strong while feeling weak inside slowly drains your mind. But when you stop performing for people and start working on yourself privately, something changes. Your confidence becomes real. You no longer need compliments to feel valuable. You no longer need attention to feel important. Why? Because every day you're proving something to yourself through action. And that's where true self-respect comes from. Not from words, from evidence, from keeping promises to yourself consistently. Think about it. Every time you say you're going to wake up early and actually do it, your mind becomes stronger. Every workout completed builds trust in yourself. Every distraction resisted builds discipline. Every difficult moment survived without quitting builds character. And over time, you begin becoming someone you genuinely respect. That's why disciplined people often seem calmer than everyone else. They're not constantly trying to prove themselves because their lifestyle already proved it. They know who they are. Meanwhile, people who constantly seek validation are usually fighting internal insecurity. They need attention because they haven't built enough confidence in private yet. And social media made this even worse. People today announce everything instantly. New business idea, post it. New goal, tell everybody. One productive day, upload it online. But strong people understand a powerful rule: protect your early stages. A seed grows best underground, not exposed to the world too early. And your goals work the same way. If you constantly expose your plans to opinions, criticism, distractions, and outside energy before they're strong enough, you weaken your own momentum. That's why some of the most successful people move quietly in the beginning. They disappear, they focus, they build discipline in silence. And when they finally speak again, their results speak louder than any motivation speech ever could. Because at the end of the day, people may listen to words for a moment, but they respect results for a lifetime. And the truth is, results create a different kind of energy around you. When you've truly worked on yourself, people can feel it without you saying a word. The way you walk changes. The way you speak changes. The way you handle pressure changes. You become less reactive, less desperate for approval, less emotionally weak. And that quiet confidence is powerful because it's real. It wasn't built from compliments. It was built from struggle. Most people want confidence without discomfort. They want discipline without sacrifice. They want respect without earning it. But life doesn't work that way. Every strong person you admire had moments where nobody believed in them, nobody supported them, and nobody noticed their effort. But they kept going anyway. That's the difference. Weak people need attention to stay motivated. Strong people stay focused even when nobody is watching. And honestly, that's one of the hardest levels to reach in self-improvement. Can you continue improving when there's no applause? Can you stay disciplined when nobody cares yet? Can you keep working while the results are still invisible? Because that's the phase where most people quit. They start strong for a few days, maybe a few weeks, but once the excitement disappears, they go back to old habits, back to distraction, back to comfort, back to talking instead of doing. But transformation doesn't happen in excitement. It happens in repetition. The same habits repeated over and over again until they shape a new identity. That's why focusing on changing yourself is so important. Because when you truly commit to growth, you stop chasing temporary motivation and start building permanent discipline. You stop asking, "How do I feel today?" and start asking, "What needs to be done?" That mindset changes everything. Suddenly, your emotions stop controlling your life. Your excuses lose power. Your distractions become weaker. And little by little, you become someone who actually follows through. Someone who finishes what they start. Someone who doesn't just dream about a better life, but builds it. And here's the crazy part. Once you reach that level, you no longer feel the need to announce your goals to everyone. Because your focus becomes stronger than your desire for attention. You become addicted to progress instead of validation. And that's when real transformation begins. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all. Your life changes the moment you stop trying to impress people and start trying to improve yourself. Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake up early for you. Nobody is going to build your discipline for you. Nobody is going to fight your distractions, control your emotions, or create your future except you. And once you truly accept that, you stop wasting energy talking about the life you want and finally start building it. You stop announcing every goal because you realize silence protects your focus. You stop seeking validation because real confidence starts growing inside you. You stop trying to look successful because now you're focused on becoming successful. And over time, that mindset completely changes who you are. Your habits become stronger. Your mind becomes calmer. Your discipline becomes sharper. Your standards become higher. And suddenly, you become someone different. Not because you said you would change, but because you quietly did the work long enough for change to become visible. That's why action will always separate strong people from weak people. Weak people talk about what they want to do. Strong people wake up and do it, even when they're tired, even when nobody notices, even when progress feels slow. Because they understand something powerful. Every small disciplined action is building the future version of themselves. And honestly, that's the mindset that creates real respect. Not loud words, not fake motivation, not trying to convince the world you're improving. Real respect comes when your results become impossible to ignore. One day people will notice the changes in you. They'll notice your focus, your confidence, your discipline, your calmness, your presence. And they'll ask how you became so different. But they'll never fully understand the silent battles you fought when nobody was watching. The mornings you wanted to quit but kept going. The distractions you resisted. The lonely periods where you stayed focused while everyone else wasted time. The discipline you built in silence. That's where the transformation happened. So from this moment forward, stop wasting energy trying to look powerful. Stop announcing every move before you've earned results. Stop talking so much about the person you want to become. And instead, Become that person quietly, because the strongest glow up is the one nobody sees coming. If this video changed the way you think, don't just scroll away and forget it. Most people stay stuck because they listen to motivation, but never take action. Don't be one of them. Starting today, talk less, focus more, build yourself quietly, and let your results shock everyone later. If you're serious about becoming mentally stronger, disciplined, and impossible to ignore, hit like right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. And before you leave, go to the comments and type, "I'll let my results talk." Make that your mindset from today forward. Now click the next video on your screen, and continue building the version of yourself that nobody can stop.